Hello, and welcome to Creators X, our series with Vulture putting the human in tech. Very excited to have Sharad with us today. We're going to be talking about AI, but not only that, we're going to be talking about building infrastructure for schools for the blind. Sharad, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for calling me.
You're a CEO, you're a busy man, and you seemed very excited giving that presentation.
Thank you.
What has you so excited today?
So I think it's a great conference, and what get me excited is the way we are able to change this. We are witnessing the world is changing, and born as 1984, we have seen this change so many times. 2000, the mobile era, and then 3G, 4G, all the Gs coming in, and suddenly we have seen Corona, and as soon as we come out of Corona, AI.
Yes.
So we have seen it all. So that's the generation. So that's what gets me excited, how we are going to change the world next.
So how are we going to change the world next?
So I think it's really exciting. The way the world is going to change is going to be, AI is going to empower a lot of people versus taking the jobs away. I think that's what I feel. So people are going to use AI more and more. And one of the things which I'm seeing today is people are so eager to learn on new tools and how any of the tools which they have today, which is empowering or empowered by AI or agentic AI, how it's going to change their life, what they can do with it. So I think every tool across is kind of embedding it as their philosophy. And because people know if it's not so, as I say always, if the product is king, distribution is God. So you can have the product through AI and you can have a distribution through AI.
Which is kind of a new methodology. We're going to have a whole bunch of different access. I know that you are all about stability, access, and opportunity as a human being. How does that, I know that's your personal passion as well as your professional passion. When we think about that in terms of AI, what does that mean for you? What is stability, accessibility, access, and opportunity mean?
Accessibility, from what FluidCloud does. So accessibility for us is if somebody wants to move from one cloud provider to another cloud provider, they don't need to learn the other cloud provider. We can map it to the other cloud provider. We scan, clone, and deploy. That's what we do. That's 3 clicks deployment.
Yeah.
And so that's the opportunity we would like to create for all the cloud providers to break free from vendor lock-in. But on the other side, we're not just doing it for enterprises. We are doing it for our philanthropic efforts as well. So we are building infrastructure for blind schools. We are building infrastructure for homeless people. We're building infrastructure for more of the people who are kind of in a very destitute situation and, for rehabs. So those are the kind of things which we are doing on the infrastructure side, on that side. And the same philosophy we come in and we build here, it's like why people are not building those infrastructure freely and more openly. Why they have to go through the whole grind of learning the destination infrastructure. So all of it together.
Yes, the less struggle with building infrastructure, the better the solutions.
Yes, absolutely.
Can be. Talk to me a little bit about, I loved reading my notes on you, and I love that you are passionate. Not just people say the word accessibility a lot, but it's a very different thing to build infrastructure that actually makes the world more accessible or tools more accessible for people. Where does your passion for the blind and vision impaired come from?
So we went to this school, which is in Hyderabad. It was the largest blind school. And we looked into the blind school and we have some philanthropic efforts which we were trying to get involved into. As soon as I saw them, immediately the first thought was how much pain their parents might be going through, seeing their kids not having vision, and they have to go through all this struggle. As parent of 2 kids, one is 2-year-old, another is 14, I could immediately empathize. Even my co-founder, he has a 4-year-old son. He could empathize, and we were like, I think we found a passion. It's like we should do something here, and that's how we started. It's just we go there, we talk to these kids. We realized one thing: they have vision disability. They don't have learning disability. Mm-hmm. So once you demarcate it both, then you can empower everything from a learning capability perspective. And the vision part takes care of itself as you have other methods to help them out. So right now, we are providing them meta glasses if they can actually, they can see and it can
I'm wearing some right now.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah,
so I'm familiar with the benefits. Yeah.
So we are looking for somebody wants to sponsor it. Great. Would love to join that mission. We are also helping them build a cricket ground so they can play cricket, and the ball is more like it makes sound, and then in the bat also, like they have bat and then they listen to the sound and they. So that's what you're trying to do.
That's amazing. So you think that the vision impaired are going to be able to play sports comparable to someone who's traditionally able-bodied wearing meta glasses? I actually love this.
It won't
Or
be the
smart
same
glasses.
capability,
Yeah.
but see, if there is too much pain anyways in the world,
Yeah.
if you can relieve somebody's pain even a little bit, I'm not expecting them to be as proficient as somebody who's playing cricket with both the eyes. But if that gives them fun and they can release their tension and they get more empowered, why not?
Yeah, and what a fun thing to be able to be running around and have that team sport experience that,
That's right.
that all of us have had. I think it's awesome that you're doing that, and congrats to you and the team for investing effort in that. You mentioned you have a 2-year-old and a 14-year-old,
Yes.
correct? So what do you hope that all of this, you mentioned that we've seen it all, right, in terms of tech. What do you hope that our current technological wave does for your 2 wonderful children?
The technology has to go more responsible. That's
Yes.
most important.
My gosh, yes.
The way the social media is, the algorithms are actually working out. It's more for addiction rather than. So, I think they will see a wave of either super addict or either zero addict. So finding a mid ground is going to be very difficult for them. That's what I see, and so I think more startups which are going to come more towards minimalistic social media use and things like that, I think those will improve eventually. From their stability, what will they do when they grow up? It's too much to actually predict, because I see there are startups which started in 2022, and by the time the product is there in the market, they have 20 other products out there in the market within 1 year. So cost of building software has gone down so low. So it's too tough to predict what's going to happen after 10, 15 years. I mean, tomorrow if even the AI boom takes a different shift and goes more from the computation perspective, and the cost of computation comes lower, like the whole industry will see a new shift. So everything is kind of super dependent on the next technological breakthrough which is going to happen, and mostly it's a cycle, happens every 12 years. That's what we have seen in the observable technological framework.
Yeah,
So let's see what comes next.
yeah. What do you have? If you could wave a magic wand and have something amazing come next, what would you hope it was?
I think everyone should use FluidCloud. So
Brilliantly stated. Brilliantly stated.
break free from vendor lock-ins and reduce your cloud cost. Be more resilient. In fact, we are working with one of the hyperscalers as one of the data center got hit by a drone attack. So we are trying to work with them when it comes to getting more resiliency for their customers.
I love it. That was such a sneaky pitch. You totally nailed it.
Thank you so much.
I'm a little curious because I have done a fair bit of work with the vision impaired, but I'm curious how the accessibility that you're working on works with the displaced population, homeless population.
Can you repeat that question?
Yeah. So I know we just talked about your great work with the vision impaired and the blind. You also mentioned that you do similar work with displaced population and build infrastructure for homeless.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
There is a NGO, which is non-government organization. It's called Apna Ghar Ashram. It's based out of India, and then they take people who are destitute. They're on the streets. They have some or the other problem, like health issues, disease, something. They get them to the homeless shelter, and they're all volunteers working tirelessly to get them back on track, make them meet their families, give them the whole rehab program. That's spread across India. They have almost more than 100 places, 100 locations. We have taken one of the locations where we kind of participate in the location called Ajmer, which is my hometown, which I come from. So there are almost 150 men and women. They're there, and all of them have gone through some or the other trauma, some or the other homeless situation. So, and then also they're helping out with educating them and also give them some skill sets. So when they come in the real world, they have some skill sets. Otherwise, they go back to the same.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's a whole ecosystem and a whole program that not only rehabilitates and takes care of you where you're at, but gives you the skill set to get back out on the on the streets, but in a way that's a little more able for employment.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. So that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
That don't give them fish, but also help them how to catch the fish.
Yes, absolutely. Why do you like working with the wonderful people at Vulture so much?
I think Vulture Cloud is one of the best clouds when it comes to APIs. When we look at it, when we have to migrate, so we do any cloud to any cloud. But when we are doing AWS, GCP, Azure, OCL, or even VMware to Vulture, the deployments are much faster. The
Yes.
APIs are much response is much faster. Also, they're trying as the support is building up, that they are also covering all the major IaaS services, which is the key for moving any enterprise customer to Vulture. So now when we are going for Vulture, something which is going to cost you like $30,000 on a hyperscaler is going to cost you $2,000 to $5,000 on Vulture. We give you that visibility ahead of time, and when customers look at it, it's like, wait, it's not half, it's not even one, it's less than that. So then the customer is like, how can we engage? So it's simple, people understand it, and the simplicity of it is just remarkable.
And honestly, in this day and age, we need that now more than ever. There's so many complex, overwhelming solutions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually leads me to my last question for you today. Lots of people just on the precipice of their journey right now, as we know we're very early days of this AI revolution. What's your advice to someone who's maybe a little bit nervous to put their feet in the water, but excited to try?
Excellent. So is it more from Vulture perspective?
No, from your perspective.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
this is just human to human.
Can you repeat the question once again?
Yes. So one thing that we see across the market and the community, not just in the technology sector, but across the board, is a sense of apprehension, and folks are a little bit nervous. There's a lot of tools out there. You mentioned feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So what's your advice to someone who's curious, but just feeling a little bit anxious?
Yeah, I think one thing which should be there is, first of all, the first thing is art of learning. So if somebody masters art of learning, they'll get less overwhelmed. What I'm seeing when people are getting overwhelmed, what they've not learned is art of learning in itself. So once you start understanding how do you break down the problem, how do you go from one step to another step and start learning stuff, then learning anything becomes simple. So that's the fundamental basic. And then once that's sorted out, so that's the overwhelming thing is there because it's too much to learn. And then you focus on what you really want to do. So what you really want to, once you have learned out of learning, and then what you really want to focus on, then you start taking the steps towards what are the things which you're going to learn to achieve that. Then, and don't expect that. If I can give you some as an example.
Please.
Have you seen PVC pipes?
Of course.
Okay. And what happens with PVC pipes is, when the PVC pipe starts coming from the mold, they just keep cutting it down till the time they achieve the consistent thickness for the PVC pipe. So sometimes it's like thin on one side, thick on another side. They'll just keep doing it till the time they get consistency. And they'll just keep cutting it till the time they see the right...
That it's even.
It's achieved. What they call the rest of it is called startup waste.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid of startup waste. While you're learning, you're going to learn stuff which you never know you're going to get. You're going to use it after 5 years or 6 years. So don't be afraid of that startup waste as well. So keep learning, but focus on one problem. If you try to focus on all the problems, nothing is so, because once you have one project, you exactly know what tool sets would you need to achieve that. So, and different startups, different companies, they focus on those kind of problems. And like for us, that was multi-cloud, vendor-free lock-in. So every company takes care of the one problem which they solve. So that's how for the learning curve as well, learn, figure out the problem, and build all the tool sets across it.
I love it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of a little bit of mess. It's like when you're cooking a recipe for the first time in the kitchen, you're going to get a little bit on the floor. And that is
waste.
Absolutely. All right. Sharad, thank you so much for being here. This was
so
really awesome. And I hope if you're listening and you would love to help support the vision impaired or the blind, you can donate some smart glasses. I'm sure there's some great folks out there who would be down to do that. Thank you so much for tuning into our Creators X series here with Vulture. Thanks for coming to learn with us.
Thank you so much.